Hello students, today we are going to learn comparison of integers. Let us observe this number line. On the number line, 0 is always in the middle and all the positive integers are written to the right of 0 and all the negative integers are written to the left of 0. Now, when you compare any two integers on the number line, the integer which is on the right is always greater than the integer which is on the left. For example, let me choose two integers, minus 4 and minus 2. Minus 4 and minus 2. Now which integer is on the right side? Minus 2 is on the right side. Minus 4 is on the left side. So the integer which is on the right is always greater than the integer which is on the left. So out of these two integers, which is greater? Minus 2 is greater. Minus 2 is greater than minus 4. When we compare two integers, we have certain rules to follow. The first one is every positive integer is greater than the negative integers. For example, we will take plus 4 and minus 5, plus 4 and minus 5. Plus 4 is the positive integer and minus 5 is a negative integer. So every positive integer is greater than the negative integer. Therefore, minus 4 is greater than minus 5. Now let us take minus 17 and plus 2. Which is greater? Minus 17 is greater or plus 2 is greater? Plus 2 is greater than minus 17 because every positive integer is greater than the negative integer. So when we say plus 2 is greater than minus 17, what about minus 17? Minus 17 is less than plus 2. So always you begin with the first one. Minus 17 is less than plus 2. So the first rule is every positive integer is greater than the negative integer. Next rule is 0 is less than the positive integer. 0 is less than or smaller than every positive integer. So if you put plus 3 and 0, we say 0 is smaller than the positive integer. That means plus 3 is bigger than 0. That is the second rule. Third rule. 0 is greater than every negative integer. 0 is greater than every negative integer. Take 0 and minus 11. Which is greater? 0 is greater than minus 11. Take minus 21 and 0. 0 is greater than every negative integer. If 0 is greater, what does it mean? Minus 21 is smaller. So read like this. Minus 21 is smaller than 0. Let us take two integers. For example, plus 5 and plus 2. Plus 5 is bigger than plus 2. See, there is an interesting fact, children. Listen carefully. The greater the number, the smaller is its opposite. For example, what is the opposite of plus 5? Opposite of plus 5 is minus 5. What is the opposite of plus 2? Minus 2. So when you compare the opposite of these two numbers, minus 5 is smaller than minus 2. The greater the number, the smaller is its opposite. So we have learned 4 rules. First one is every positive integer is greater than every negative integer. Second rule, 0 is smaller than every positive integer. Third rule, 0 is greater than every negative integer. Fourth rule, the greater the number, the smaller is its opposite. Children, I hope you have understood this one. Now let us arrange the numbers in ascending order and descending order. I am going to write some integers on the blackboard and then we are going to arrange those integers in ascending order. So, children, you are asked to arrange these integers in ascending order. How will you arrange the numbers in ascending order? When you arrange the numbers in ascending order, always put the number from the smallest one to biggest one. Okay, if you observe these numbers, there are some negative integers, 0 and positive integers. We have already learned the rule. The negative integers are smaller than 0 and all the positive integers are bigger than 0. Now let us collect all the negative integers. Minus 7, minus 5, minus 12, minus 27. There are 4 negative integers. Can you tell which is the smallest negative integer here? Yes, you are correct. Minus 27 is the smallest negative integer here. So minus 27 is smaller than, which is the next smaller negative integer, minus 12. So minus 27 is smaller than minus 12 and it is smaller than minus 7 and minus 7 is smaller than minus 5. And then comes 0. Minus 5 is smaller than 0. Now let us consider all the positive integers. All positive integers. You know how to arrange positive integers in ascending order. 8, 4, 5, 12 and 18. Which is the smallest one? 4 is smaller. And then 5. Then next small number is 8. And then 12. And then 18. So this is the way you have to arrange the numbers in ascending order. First you take all the negative integers and then 0 and then all the positive integers. Remember, when you arrange the integers in ascending order, you have to arrange the numbers from the smallest one to biggest one. Now we will learn how to arrange the numbers in descending order. Descending orders already you have learned in the lower classes. When you arrange the numbers in descending order, you should arrange them from the biggest one to smallest one. So according to our rule, the positive integers are bigger than 0 and 0 is bigger than the negative integer. So first let us focus on the positive integers. So there are 5 positive integers I have written. So which is the biggest one? 18 is bigger. So 18 is bigger than 12 and 12 is bigger than 8 and 8 is bigger than 5. 5 is bigger than 4. Now which integers are remaining? 0 and negative integers are remaining. Which comes first now? 0 is greater than the negative integer. So next you put 0 and then the biggest negative number in this group. There is minus 7, minus 5, minus 12 and minus 27. Minus 5 is bigger than minus 7, than minus 12 and the last you have to write minus 27. So this is the way you have to arrange the integers in descending order. Next we will learn the absolute value of integers. The absolute value of any integer is the numerical value of that integer regardless of its sign. See, this is the symbol we use for absolute value. This means absolute value of. What is the absolute value of 5? The absolute value of plus 5 is 5. The absolute value of minus 23 is 23. So, the absolute value of any integer is the numerical value of that integer regardless of its sign. We are not going to consider the symbols, sign. We are going to take the numerical value. So, when you find out the absolute value of any integer, the absolute value will be either equal to the given integer or greater than the given integer, but never less than the given integer. For example, you just look at the plus 5. What is the absolute value of plus 5? It is 5. Here the absolute value is equal to the given integer. What is the absolute value of minus 23? The absolute value of minus 23 is 23. Here 23 is greater than minus 23. That means the absolute value is greater than the given integer. The absolute value of any integer is either equal to the given integer or bigger than the given integer, but never less than the given integer. Now we are going to solve some sums. So you are asked to add the absolute value of minus 4 and the absolute value of 6. So what is the absolute value of minus 4? It is 4. And the absolute value of 6 is 6. What is 4 plus 6? 10. So, the absolute value of 18 minus 3 divided by the absolute value of minus 5. What is the absolute value of 18 minus 3? 18 minus 3 is 15 and the absolute value of 15 is 15. And what is the absolute value of minus 5? It is 5. So 15 divided by 5 is equal to 3. Let us learn two more sums. The absolute value of minus 5 into 2 into the absolute value of minus 7. So, minus 5 into 2 is minus 10 and its absolute value is 10. And the absolute value of minus 7 is 7. So, 10 into 7 is equal to 70. First, find out the product of these two numbers. Minus 5 into 2 is minus 10 and then the absolute value of minus 10 is 10. Next, the absolute value of minus 7 is 7. So copy down 7 here and then find out the product of 10 and 7. 10 into 7 is 70. Okay. The absolute value of minus 317 plus the absolute value of 0 minus the absolute value of 317. So what is the absolute value of minus 317? It is 317. 17. Absolute value of 0 is 0 minus absolute value of 317 is 317. So when you add these two, 317 plus 0 is equal to 317. From that you subtract 317 and the answer will be 0. Children, I hope you have understood the absolute value of integers. Okay children, I will meet you in the next video. Till then, bye.